Hello and welcome to this episode on Know Your God, the Creator. Why should anyone know God? What is the motivation? Well, I can assure you that if anyone attempts, tries, or wishes to know God, it will make a sea change to the person's life. But if someone does not believe in God and feels that there is no God, then probably this presentation is not suitable for such a person. However, if someone is inquisitive about knowing God, I assure you by the end of this presentation, such a person will become more inquisitive, if not convinced, in the Supreme Being whom we call as God. And if you believe in God but do not comprehend the matter, make it sure to watch till the end. This presentation is for a person like you. You will get valuable information that will strengthen your faith. Let me begin with the first verse in the Holy Bible. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. Heaven and earth were created when they did not exist. So, what were there in their place? The answer is nothing. In this question, there is a hidden assumption which pertains to the word where. We use the word where to denote past tense. So, in the question above, we are assuming that there was time before the heaven and the earth were created. This is a big mistake the proponents of evolution theory are making. They assume that there was time always, such as millions of years ago, etc. The Bible verse quoted says that in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. Therefore, the creation of heaven and earth is the first event of the universe. It means that the beginning mentioned in the verse marks the beginning of time. We know that the entire universe is made up of three fundamental elements, which are time, space, and matter. Logically speaking, matter needs space to exist. God, in His infinite wisdom, did not stop with the space and matter. If that was so, then these two would have been dormant and inactive. So, to make the universe dynamic and active, God created time. Therefore, when God created the heaven and the earth, that very action became the beginning of time and the first event of the universe. So now we can safely correlate that heaven as space and earth as matter. Thereby, the first verse of the Holy Bible establishes that God created time, space, and matter. Thereafter, in the following verses of Genesis chapter 1, the details of creation is given. God, who created time, space, and matter, is beyond the scope and confines of the universe. Whereas within the universe everything exists with the limitations of time, space, and matter, God, who created the universe, is not restricted or limited by time, space, and matter. This understanding of God clears a lot of confusion. For example, people often ask, where is God? As if God has to have a dwelling place. Some other people say that God is everywhere, as if God need to exist. Within the universe, everything exists, meaning that everything has material character, occupies some space, and has a lifespan. These things do not apply to God, who is of a different realm. Christ Yeshua told us that God is a spirit, and the Bible tells us that God dwells in us. So when we say God is omnipresent, we have to take it with a pinch of salt. Besides, God being the creator of time, space, and matter, He has the absolute authority over them. Unlike God, we earthly beings, when we make something, we merely transform a set of matter, and once we have finished the process, we seldom have the capability to change the outcome. That is not the case with God. He can do whatever He wishes with time, space, and matter. For instance, God created time, space, and matter, and He is going to make them pass away. The Holy Bible refers to that state of no time, no space, and no matter as eternity. Moreover, there is a notion that heaven is a place where God lives with His angels. As we have seen earlier, God need not exist with respect to a place or time. Heaven here really points to the super realm of which the universe is a subset. Now we can re establish a notion of God being omnipresent. He can be within the universe and out of the universe. He can be in different places at the same time, and most importantly, God can be in any time. In other words, He can be in the past, the present, and the future. That is to say, God is eternal. Therefore, this establishes the fact that God is eternal, omnipresent, and omnipotent. God is omniscient, meaning God has infinite knowledge and infinite wisdom. God is holy, and God alone is holy. There is not an iota of blemish in Him. God is absolutely perfect. There is not an iota of fault in Him. Likewise, attributes of God are given to us through the words of the Holy Bible. In other words, we have the benefit of knowing God through the words of the Holy Bible, which have been revealed to the human beings by God. We do not know what has not been revealed. This limitation of knowledge has to be taken with the humility that what God has revealed is sufficient for us. Some people try to imagine beyond what has been revealed to assert that there exists knowledge beyond the Holy Bible. I pity them. Likewise, science is meant to understand creation and the created, and it cannot reach beyond the realm of the physical universe. So, if one wishes to know God, one has to access or go to the Holy Bible. Some people erroneously claim that science proves or disproves the Holy Bible. That is topsy turvy. Whereas science establishes understanding of the creation and the created, the Holy Bible provides superior knowledge that has been revealed to us by God. Let me close by sharing with you a personal experience of mine. One night, some years ago, I was about to go to bed. I said my prayers, saying, Lord, I know and believe that you are eternal. But if someone were to ask me, what was there before the beginning mentioned in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, how do I reply? I posed the question and went off to sleep. I was just beginning to sleep. Maybe 15 or 20 minutes later, I suddenly woke up with the question, what do you know about time? At that instant, all my doubts vanished. God created time, that's it. In closing, I wish to state that this is not a sermon because I have quoted a few verses from the Bible. I have merely shared the truth and knowledge revealed to me by God. Therefore, this message is meant for everyone because God is your creator. God is much more than father, mother, and family. Therefore, knowing God assumes that much more importance. If you know the truth, you will not be cheated. I have seen many preachers and men of God lacking in knowledge of God. So, when they do not have the truth, they become instruments of the devil by first cheating themselves and then cheating their congregation. So, I encourage you to know the truth, know your God, and ask God to reveal Himself to you. Let me assure you the knowledge that God imparts will take you to a new level of blessing and grace. May God bless you and keep you. Thank you very much for watching this presentation.